People, Everton 1, Arsenal 0 in what I would call one of our worst performances this calendar season by a long shot. Let me know what you guys thought about the game. Let me know what you guys thought about the performance. Let me know what you guys thought about the result. And let me know how you feel about the game in the comment section down below. If you are new here for the first time, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Questions, comments, concerns in the chat right now, people. We got to talk about this game. Let's get the show started. Yes, people, questions, comments, concerns, let me know everything in the chat right now as I give you guys my breakdown on what just happened today in this game versus Everton. I'm currently live on YouTube and I'm also live on TikTok Live. So if you guys want to join us over on YouTube, you can join us on Egal Talks Football. Now, today Arsenal lost in a toothless 1-0 loss to Everton. Majority of the game, Everton were bullying us. Majority of the game, Everton were faster than us. Everton were quicker on the ball. Everton were quicker with the ball. Out of possession, they were compact and resolute. We did not have a registered shot on target, if I'm not mistaken. We did have registered shots on target, but we just didn't have many shots on target. Let me just double check the stats to be 100% accurate. Yeah, we had 3 shots on target. We took about like 15 shots. We had majority of the possession, but we were useless with it. It was a situation where Mikel Arteta put out a very, very strong side. He put out a very strong team. He played all the starters. We played the same team that played against Tottenham, the same team that played against Manchester United. We played a full strength side. But today, Ben White wasn't up to scratch. Today, we found Odegaard was somewhat not in the mix. Thomas Partey had to leave the game at halftime or 60 minutes when Jorginho came on, and we subsequently led to us scoring the goal. And I think it's actually disgraceful that at this moment in time, people are criticizing Jorginho as if he was at fault for the goal that we conceded. He literally just came in and it was a set piece goal that we conceded, right? Then we got the situation with Granit Xhaka. He today did not have one of the best games, in my opinion. You look over to Saka, he was one of the only people driving the game forward, one of the only people who had the ball in his possession and was trying to make a difference. Martinelli and Eddie Nketiah today were not 100% on jobs. They weren't. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you disagree or agree with anything I'm saying. I'll get to your comments in a second. I'm very annoyed. 100%. I see some of you guys in the chat talking about how annoyed you are. I'm very annoyed. Do me a favor, guys. Try to cheer me up a little bit by hitting that like button right now. Let's go back to it. Today was a game. I'm just going to go through some of the moments, right? The game starts. I honestly believed when the game started that we were very slow. We were nonchalant. We were one of the slower people. They were the first team to actually get a shot. They had in the 10th minute they got a shot off. Then we went to the other side. It looked like we tried to counter back, and then remember Thomas Partey took a shot from outside the box, which was on target, which was one of our only shots that was on target, I think, in the whole first half, right? Then Everton came back. They were getting set pieces. They were trying to get headers. Dominic Calvert-Lewin could have scored a goal in the 20th minute. You had a situation where he almost scored another goal in the 25th minute. You had another situation where Onana took a shot from outside the box. They were peppering our goal. Eddie Nketiah had an opportunity, but he skied it literally in the 30th minute. One-on-one against the keeper. All he needed to do is put in the top net of the keeper, but he skied it. Didn't even get it on target. Right. Then you got the whole situation. 30 minutes. My heart's in my stomach. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has an opportunity after Onana breaks through the whole team. He just walked through the whole team. Onana had a revenge game against us today. We cannot put it any other way. The guy came with a mission to show Arsenal why we should have bought him. He was on a mission. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, though, stinker. He could have had 3 goals by halftime, right? DYCHE inside the box. I was worried DYCHE's header was going to go in. 35 minutes in, DYCHE has a header free in the box. No one's near him. Wide. I was like, you know what? We're getting lucky. Bukayo Saka, come on. 40 minutes into the game, Bukayo Saka has a chance. I'm like, Bukayo, do something. Come on. Shot gets blocked. I'm like, deflated again. Granit Xhaka again gets another opportunity. He finds himself side netting. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And this is not even before halftime's over. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has another chance before halftime's over. But now we go into halftime. It's 0-0. I'm saying, guys, pick yourselves up. Pick yourselves up by the scruff of your necks and let's go. Mikel Arteta, give them the hairdryer treatment. We need to win this game. Every game from now on in is pressure, and we have to handle the pressure. Away from home at Everton, at Goodison Park, we have to do something. What do? We come out the second half, no better. Like we gave 5 minutes of a little bit of an appearance, and then bang, right back to normal, right back to where we were, and nothing was really happening. We were getting shots, we were getting chances, nothing was really happening, nothing was coming off. In the 59th minute, Mikel Arteta makes a substitution. He brings on Jorginho and Trossard for Gabriel Martinelli and Thomas Partey. Immediately, a minute after that, they get a corner and TARKOWSKI scores a header to make it 1-0. From that moment, I knew we were finished because we weren't creating enough chances. We weren't clinical enough. We weren't doing nothing to actually win the game. It was so poor. So from there, we tried to continue to keep going. We brought off Odegaard. We brought off Takehiro Tomiyasu in the 77th, and like just before the 85th minute. And what happened was we were still no better. Zinchenko got into a little heated debate with Neal Maupay. They both got yellow cards. Neal Maupay is a cheat. I hope Everton get relegated. Honestly, this performance today was the worst. And you know what? We got done. We got done by Sean Dyche. We got done by Everton. They did us over. Absolutely did us over. It was pathetic. But yeah, that's my match reaction. That's my match reaction to the game. Now, we're going to talk about some of the comments. Let's go to some of the comments first. The referee, we can't blame the referee. We cannot blame the referee for today's performance, my friend. No way. How dare we? How dare we blame the referee for today's performance? How dare we sit here and try to say it's the referee's fault that we lost? Come on, Henrik. We need to be better than this. We should not, with our full-strength team, be complaining over a penalty. Was this a penalty? Let's be honest. This was not the reason why we lost today. This penalty decision was not the reason why we lost today, ladies and gentlemen. We lost today because we did not have enough fight. We did not have enough desire. We were not up to the challenge. That is the reality. I've put the link in the chat for anyone who wants to jump on. The link is in the chat if you guys want to jump on. We were not up to the battle. That is the reality. You get me? If we were up to the battle, we would have been able to perform. But the fact is, we were not up to the battle. We cannot blame the referees. We cannot blame this penalty because honestly, it wasn't a penalty. Gabriel Magalhaes tried to come across. The man, Neal Maupay, stood his ground, and he has all the right in the world to stand his ground. Okay? The players embarrassing today. Yes, the players were poor today. Yes. Good evening. Good evening, Millie. Hope you're doing well. What happened? I don't know. Actually, I do know. We were not up for it. But yeah, bringing it back quickly. Do not blame the referees for today's performance. Do not blame the penalty for today's performance. This was not a penalty. Okay? If you want to blame the referees, explain to me why you're blaming the referees, because I don't feel like today was a day where we should blame the referees. If anything, Everton got more yellow cards than us. Everton picked up more fouls than us. Everton were more rough than us. Everton were more aggressive than us. Everton had almost as many shots than us. Everton had a higher XG than us. Everton had 20 less possession than us. And we still lost this game 1-0. It's on us. We have to look at ourselves. We can't look at Everton. Everton committed 13 fouls to our 8. Everton had 3 corners. No, Everton had 7 corners to our 5. Everton we're running off the last man and we're caught offside like 3 times. We cannot blame the referees today. It's on us. We have to hold ourselves accountable. It's our mistakes. It's our issue. We were not strong enough today. Big up Melina in the chat. Big up Mustafa in the chat. Big up John in the chat. I see you guys. Big up Abdi in the chat. Big up Gunnar SJ saying we missed Jesus today. Today is a perfect example of why we missed Gabriel Jesus. Yes, 110%. Gabriel Jesus today was missed because Gabriel Jesus today would have been another player who could have ran in the channels, another player who could have linked up with Gabriel Martinelli. And with Gabriel Jesus missing, we've noticed over the last couple of days that Gabriel Martinelli has had a dip in his form also. The two of them work in conjunction with each other, and they've both gone down a bad rabbit hole. It's very sad to see. Get me in trouble. You know what? Tell them, Miguel. You know what? We can't blame referees. That's just the reality. Arteta should have banged in the scarves from the team talk. He should have done as much as he could. Do a Sean Dyche impression? I don't think I can. I don't think I can. His voice is unique. I can't do a Sean Dyche impression. Trossard was not playing for the team. He should have passed it more often to Eddie. Do you think he was not playing for the team? Really? Really? I thought he was doing the best he could. I thought when he came on, he was decent. Yo, Saracen, I disagree. I think Maupay knew what he was doing. It was a penalty. If we scored that, they crumble. You know what? They have been the team that crumbles the most, but they haven't been crumbling this season. That is the reality. They haven't been crumbling this season. They have been crumbling this season, but this game was different. New manager bounce, new everything. The players looked like they were up for it. The players had that invigoration in them. They were new. These players were new. The way they were walking around like they've never had an issue in their life. These guys were extremely motivated for this game. And I'm not surprised that they walked away with all 3 points based on how we performed throughout the 90 minutes. It was extremely disappointing to see. Now, let's get on to Jorginho quickly, because what I've been seeing with Jorginho is downright disgraceful. The stuff that I've been seeing about Jorginho has been downright disgraceful. Like, when I say disgraceful, what people have been saying, people cannot scapegoat a player who just walked in the door and say we lost because he walked in and a minute later we conceded. This right here is just a blatant agenda. This right here is people getting sucked into the Chelsea agent BS, and you guys are really buying this BS. Don't do that. Don't get sucked into the bullshit. Don't let it absorb you. The reality is Jorginho walked onto the pitch. There was a corner. We conceded from the corner. It wasn't necessarily his fault why we conceded the goal. Okay? So people who are getting onto Jorginho, blaming Jorginho for the loss, saying Jorginho is the reason why we lost. Jorginho came on, he's a Chelsea agent, this, that. Relax, people. You're overdoing it. You're overdoing it when you start doing stuff like that. To be honest, when he came on, he was actually much more better than Thomas Partey was today. I felt he was better than Thomas Partey today. That's just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the chat, people. Questions, whatever, comments, anything. Let me know in the chat. I need to know, what did you guys think today? And also, if you guys want to help out the channel, you can support by submitting any super chats or any comments that you guys want. And of course, don't forget, you can hit that like button right now. It's absolutely free. Today was a frustrating day. We cannot deny it. It was a frustrating day, and we have somewhat of a bad record against Goodison at Goodison Park. Mikel Arteta has struggled against Sean Dyche, and he struggled against his former team, Everton. Right? Today's performance was disappointing. It was very disappointing. But we have to bounce back against Brentford. We cannot have these wounds forever. Right? Oh, we got someone in the chat. Awesomeness, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Talk to me. How are you feeling? What do you think about the game? Are you as disappointed as I am?
Yes, really disappointed. Like, we need to start doing better. We may be first place for now, but you don't know, somebody else could be catching up to us, and it's not going to be good. So
Yeah.
we got to continue to win games, good games, and the interior just needs to do better as managing these freaking players. Period. Get them
So
on and off the field to win. That's on period.
listen, is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Obviously, we're still 5 points clear of Man City. If they lose, we stay in the same position. If they win, we're still what, 2 points clear. There could be positive at the end of the tunnel. But before you go, man, what do you think? What do you think? What would you say is the positive we could take from today?
Well, honestly, the positive is that we're still first place. We could still try to win many games as possible just to go to the Premier League and hopefully
Do
just
you
win
think we
that.
can win it?
Yes, I believe it.
Okay. So don't overreact. That's your message to everyone. Calm
Yeah,
down.
don't overreact. Like it's just 1 point. They couldn't have scored at least five. Like it's kind of like the one that Man United. Oh man, yeah, Manchester City.
No,
Here,
I get you. I get you. Big up for you for coming on. Big up to you for coming on. Let's now go to some of the people in the comments, and then we're gonna go to Millie. You have a good one, okay?
all right, you.
Big up to that guy in the chat. Let's go to John. He said we need to score first in a place like Goodison Park. I 100% agree, John. We need to score first. DCL and Onana bullied us. DCL did not bully us. The guy couldn't finish his dinner. He had no finishing. Anyways, how are you, sister? How are you doing today? Hello, Millie.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me? It's frozen.
Yes, I
It's
can
I
hear
don't know
you.
if it's the StreamYard. It's really bad, the Wi-Fi. Yeah, it was a terrible game today. Very embarrassing. I see a lot of the United and Tottenham supporters coming out saying this is the day that you guys threw away the league, winning the league and stuff. So it wasn't a good game at all.
Okay, so any positives and negatives that you want to talk about that I haven't already
Well,
mentioned?
the positives we can take away is Saka played pretty well, and so did Zinchenko. The rest of them, they were very below par. And as for Jorginho, he came on, and as soon as he came on, within 2 or 3 minutes of him actually coming on and having a touch of the ball, they actually scored. So I'm
But
not
do you blame him
very
for that?
sorry.
Do you blame Jorginho for that?
Yeah, he's not good. People saying, give him time, give him a chance, give him this, give him that. He's just not Arsenal quality. I think what they did is that they were so desperate to get
Sorry, Millie.
Casado.
1 second. Respectfully, I completely disagree. I feel like we cannot blame him when he comes on and we concede from a corner. He hasn't actually come into the game and actually played football yet. He came in, we conceded a corner, and then from there, the issue took place. So to say he's not Arsenal quality, this is a guy who won Champions League, won the Europa League. He's won the Euros as their main midfielder for Italy. Come on, I feel like you're being harsh. Extremely
No,
harsh.
definitely. He's done a lot. I'm not underestimating his achievements. He has. I mean, as a player, he's done quite a bit. He's won the Champions League with Chelsea, and he also won the European Cup or European Championship with Italy, which are great things. But I think he's coming to a point in his career where he's just a similar player to like Willian. I don't know if you watched the Fulham game last night. The way he was playing compared to how he was playing at Arsenal, it's two diametrically opposite positions. It's like last night he was so aggressive on the ball, he was fast, he was pacey.
Maybe it's because
and
he's
like,
at Fulham and he's
sorry?
not at Arsenal. Maybe it's because he's at Fulham.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, the signal's really bad. It's like coming in and out. So
Millie, I just feel like, you know what? I'm trying to have a conversation here about we shouldn't be scapegoating Jorginho, and then I feel like you come on here and you scapegoated Jorginho.
Yeah, maybe I'm being a bit too harsh, but I think what it is that because our fans, we've developed the fact that we've won so many games, we have high expectations, and like they say, the further you climb, the harder it falls. So
Let me ask you this: we have Caicedo in this team, and he comes off the bench, and we concede a minute after he comes off the bench. Would you say the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
You be honest. Come on. Would you say he's not Arsenal quality?
I don't know. I'm kind of like sitting on the fence when it comes to him. Sorry?
I can answer this for you. You do not want Jorginho, hence you're not going to be you're going to have him, you're going to give him less slack when things don't go well. And I feel like today the last person we should actually be speaking about is the man who subbed on at the 60th minute mark. It should be the actual guy who started the game. If he wasn't fit, why did Thomas Partey start?
True. I don't know, maybe he's still recovering from that knock he had the other week. They were saying, remember, he had a knock to his ribs or something, and that he had an MRI scan, and they said everything's fine. But I think really maybe he's not fine.
You know what? People saying we should have got a penalty. I disagree. Do you think we should have got a penalty?
Yeah, it did look like a bad foul. I think they should have awarded them a penalty, but that's neither here nor there. You know, you can't just say, I mean, would a penalty have changed the game?
I think at this point it's subjective.
Exactly. That's what I mean. You've got to put the whole game in perspective. It's not just a penalty. Like I said, we underperformed. We didn't do well. So what we need to do now is pick ourselves up, move forward, and prepare for the next game against Aston Villa. Hopefully we can do well against them. And then the game after that is the most biggest game of the whole season, I think. If we can get a draw or beat them, then, you know, everything will be all right in our season.
I think we've already gotten the draw out of the way. For the season, we're not gonna lose any games for now until after. I don't think we're gonna lose to Man City. I don't think we're gonna lose to Brentford. I don't think we're gonna lose to Aston Villa or West Ham. I think we win the next 4 games.
No, hopefully, inshallah, win the next couple of games going forward.
Chill. Anyways, you have a great day, Millie. Thank you for jumping
on. All right,
on.
thank you. Yeah, no worries. All right then. Ciao. Bye.
Bye. Big up Millie every time. That it not a penalty. It's just a not managed. That's just not manager bounce. What? That's not a penalty. We were just bad, not manager bounce. Okay, so you're saying it's not the manager bounce. Today we definitely missed Jorginho. We got Qasim in the house saying, Iga, big up to you. We got Matt in the house saying, except you are done. We're done, Iga. We're not done. We're not done. Arsenal's not done. We're not done. But yeah, let's go to the player ratings. Player ratings, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the player ratings. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know what to rate certain people. Today. We're going to have to figure it out. But before we go, we got Brandon on the line. Brandon, what's going on? Talk to me. People in the chat, put some emojis up for Brandon to make him a little happier. Put some emojis in the chat. But yeah, Brandon, talk to me.
I don't like this, Miguel. I don't like this feeling. It's been a long time since we've lost in the league. I know we lost against City in the FA Cup.
Are you Arteta out again?
No. No, I don't like this feeling, bro. I've got used to that winning feeling, and now it just feels like a demoralising defeat today, really, doesn't it? I mean, the performance didn't help. Let's just hope we can bounce back, mate, because that was awful performance today, weren't it? You know, it couldn't have gone any worse from an individual's perspective. Like, there wasn't a standout player on the pitch today. It was
1 second.
awful.
It could have got worse. We could have conceded 5. It could be worse.
Yeah. I mean, on the balance of things, if Everton had better finishers, I mean, that game could have been worse today. But yeah, Arteta, for as well as he's done, bro, he's got to start learning from things that he's, the mistakes that he's making. You've got to have more than one way of playing, and when obviously the way that we play has served us well this season. We're top of the league for a reason. But when it's not working, he's got to have a plan B. He's got to have a plan B. And I didn't see any of that again today. It was just the same old way of playing. Like, he could see, I could see, you could see. We could all see that clearly in the first half it wasn't working. And unfortunately, when it's not working, it's not just a case of persisting with it and hoping and praying that, something will happen. Sometimes the manager has got to do something to change the game tactically, and that's where I'm at with it, mate. The more that I sort of think about it and read it into it and look back at the game, it just screams out to me that Arteta has to try and do something different in order for us to win that game.
Just to let you know, I said put some emojis in the chat for Brendan. Guy put every emoji on his book. Big up to him. Big up to Hall. Let me just say this. To be devil's advocate, is it on the players more today, or is it on Arteta more today? Because I think the players were bad, but Mikel Arteta didn't do anything to change it. Obviously, I want to put it on both, but if you had to pick one, who's more at fault today? Would you say the players or the manager? People in the chat, let me know. Who is more at fault today for the performance, the players or the manager? And I'm going to do the player ratings. So do you want to stick around for that? And Daniel, big up to Daniel in the chat. Make sure you guys do hit that like button right now. We have 22 likes in the chat. Come on, people, hit that like button. And if you're watching this on the playback, let me know what you think about the game so far. If you haven't already commented, come on, people. Comments are free. These things are free. I'm not asking for nothing. Literally takes 2 seconds of your time. Just let me know what you thought about the game. But yeah, honestly, I am disappointed, dejected, but I'm trying to find ways of happiness. You know what's making me happy? Liverpool getting slapped 3-0. You know what's making me happy? Seeing Casemiro choke somebody and get a red card like Xhaka used to. These kind of things are the only thing I can get joy out of. Other people's misery. Because right now, we've been winning so many times. You're right. I'm not used to this feeling. This season, we have been spoiled. But you know what? Long may it continue. I hope we become spoiled brats. And when we celebrate that Premier League, we shove it in everyone's face. Today, rivals, enjoy it. We lost the game. You're not going to see many of these much going forward for the rest of the season. But yeah, people saying, I love Arteta, but he made a mistake today. You lost. Fans spread more money on season tickets than clubs on transfers. That's BS. But hey, it is what it is. Edu's fault. I don't think it's Edu's fault today. The truth. But yeah.
In answer to your question, by the way, about who's more at fault, I don't think I can pick one, bro. I think it's 50-50 down the middle. Because if you think about it, right, the players didn't turn up, right? But also we play a certain way that's very rigid in how it's rigid in how we play and how the system is. And if the system doesn't work, then you can't get the best out of the players either. So as poor as the players were, I just think as well that the manager's got to change it up in the second half. So to me, it's a 50-50 split straight down the middle. I mean, there's definitely players that could have put in better performances today. But then you could say the same about the manager, really, couldn't you? So yeah, I think it's 50-50, bro. And then, like you say, new manager bounce at Everton. You know, they set up very resolute, very hard to beat, and it was always going to be a tough game, and we just wasn't up for the fight. It didn't seem like we was up for the fight today.
Okay. Fair enough. You know what? Sometimes I look at these games and I say to myself, it is what it is. We brush ourselves off and we go again.
We've got to. We've got to brush ourselves off. If we're to win this league title, we've got to forget about this result. Go on to Brentford next week, beat them, go on to Manchester City. I still think we'll get 4 points out of Man City this season. I think we'll beat them at the Emirates and we'll get a draw at the Etihad. Because let's be honest, this is the first game, other than the Leeds game, where I actually feel like we got what we deserved this time. You know what I mean? The Leeds game, we was very lucky to get a result in. But apart from that, every single game that we played this season, even the one against Man United, which we lost earlier on in the season, I feel like we deserve to win them games. And so this is the only real, other than the Leeds game, where I can sit here and say, look, we deserve what we got today. And that's the first, really, isn't it, for Arsenal? Like, how long has it been since we could actually say that?
Yo, 1 second. What does this even mean? Legal activity equals alive in 1966. What? What are they talking about? He's like, been a fan since 1966. Young fans need to relax. What? I've definitely not been alive for that long. I can tell you that for sure. But yeah, these guys in the chat are confusing me. Brendan, I'm sorry, bro. I kind of just need to move on to this. You want to work this through with me? Ramsdale, what are we saying? I'm looking at Ramsdale. He conceded 1 goal. Honestly, didn't have to do much majority of the game. Give him a 6.
I'd agree with that. I'd say Ramsdale was our best player.
I think two people have a case to have higher than him, but once we get there, we'll get there. People in the chat, let me know what you guys think. People saying 6, people saying LOL, 6.5, 5, 6. Okay, we're gonna get straight into the player ratings. People on TikTok also get involved. Let me know what you guys think the player ratings for Ramsdale should be. We've gone with a 6. Do you think a 6 is fair? Some people are saying lower. Wow. Why is Ramsdale getting so much criticism? I felt like, as you said, Ramsdale faced 3 saves. He conceded 1 goal. How many shots did he have towards him? Like 15 or something? Like, not too bad overall. Yes, we lost 1-0. We're not going to give the goalkeeper a 10. But his distribution was shit today. You know what? I thought his commanding of the box was pretty good, though.
Yeah, I thought he commanded his area well. I don't think his distribution was that bad. I think in the second half it kind of went off a little bit, but like, how are you going to pick out a player from a long ball when they're all being marked out of the game? It made his job difficult as well, especially when Partey came off, because who's going to receive the ball? I know Jorginho would be the player who would take up that type of role, but yeah. No, I think a 6 is fair, mate.
Okay. You know what, guys? It's harsh, but we're gonna have to be harsh to some of these guys today. People saying 5. I think based on the comment section, we're gonna have to agree with them slightly, and we're just gonna leave it at 6 for now, but I'm not gonna lock it in. I'll save it. Let me know, guys, why we should lower Ramsdale, because I need to know. People are saying his distribution was shit. Can go with a 6. Some people saying 5. It is what it is. We'll leave it there, but we're not going to lock it in. Ben White, poor day at the office for Ben White. Safe to say, poor night at the office. He got beat a lot down that right flank. I felt like a lot of the ground duels, a lot of the aerial duels wasn't really up for it today. He even got subbed off before the game ended. Honestly, if I'm going to give Ramsdale a 6, I'm going to give Ben White 5.5.
Oh, I think that's high. That's high.
You think so?
Yeah, I thought it was awful today. Awful. I wouldn't give him any more than a 3.
Ooh, okay. So I went 5.5. You went 3. So it's somewhere. It's somewhere. We're meeting at 4.4 or 5. We're meeting at a 4. Pretty much.
I wonder what the comment section's got to say. 0.
People in the comments, what are we saying for Ben White? People asking for the link. The link is in the chat. If you guys want the link, the link is in the chat. People saying 3 for Ben White. People saying 3 for Ben White. People saying Ramsdale's overrated. What? Didn't overlap for Bukayo Saka. That's true. He's gave the ball away a lot. 2. Damn. More people are agreeing with you today. That is harsh. That is harsh. Okay, we give him a 3. 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 That's fair. Yo, Brendan, you there? You have anything to say on this?
No, I think that's fair. 3's a fair. Like, don't get me wrong, Ben White has been
We
excellent.
got Ken in the house. Ken, what's going on?
What's going on? I'm fucking fuming, mate. What the fuck are they? Well, oh my days. Oh my days. Like, sorry. I'm on the hand bender, but come on, man. What was that, mate? What the fuck are we doing, mate?
It was a joke, mate. It was a joke. Talk to me. Any negatives, positives you want to talk about before we move on?
It's all negative, mate. We were absolute dog shit tonight, man. Every fucking... Come on! It's Everton. They're 19th place on the table, mate. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you. I hear you. What do you give the center backs? Do you give them any good ratings today?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Saliba, man, is... Saliba is dull, man. Yeah, man, I give Saliba 7, man.
You know what? I don't think that's too disrespectful because today, let's be honest, Saliba was one of our best players. Gabriel, on the other hand, gets a 6 or a 6.5 from me. I don't know about you. What do you guys think? Let me know. Brendan?
I think it's the other way around, bro. I think Gabriel was the better centre-back today.
Really?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think Saliba got spun a couple of times by Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the first half. Bit shaky at the back with his passing at times. And I thought Gabriel was actually the better centre-half out of the two.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. I thought they were both pretty close, but the reason why I was edging it towards what do you call it, Saliba? Just slight bit. Because I felt like he was much more tidy on the ball. He obviously didn't have anything to do with the goal that was conceded. Neither of them really did. But hey, it is what it is. This is one of those ones where since we both disagree, we'll just give them 6.5s each and we keep it moving. That fair?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Zinchenko was one of the man of the matches. Do you guys disagree?
Yeah.
Zinchenko was probably one of the best players on the pitch after Bukayo Saka or next to Bukayo Saka. I would give him a 7. Let me know what you guys think about Zinchenko. People saying 6, 1, 5, 7, 6. Okay, both are getting 5s. I was only going forward. Was suffering the most. Yeah, Zinchenko 6.5. Zinchenko 1 for beefing at the end. What? Why are you giving him 1 for getting a yellow card? Neal Maupay needed to get checked. The guy was wasting so much time. 6.5, best player on the pitch. So was Zinchenko the best player on the pitch, Ken, for you?
Was that it?
Was Zinchenko the best player on the pitch for you?
It's absolutely one of them.
Who was the next after him?
I think Thomas Partey had a good game, but he got subbed, right?
No, Thomas Partey was off it today.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like he got subbed off because he wasn't able to control the game.
Well, for me, he was our best midfielder for sure because Ødegaard and Granit Xhaka was non-existent today, man.
You know what? They were all bad. That's my take. The midfield, they were all bad. Not one midfielder was good.
Yeah, but it was like Thomas Partey was fighting. You know what? If you see that team, you know, just so nice.
What do you give Thomas Partey? A 5, 6?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I give him 6.5. Man.
Brendan, too high?
Too high. By Thomas Partey's standards, 4 at best.
4?
Ah, come on, man.
Yeah, 4 at best for Thomas Partey. By his standards, that was not a very good performance today. But
Let me know, people in the chat. Do you agree with Brandon or do you agree with Ken when it comes to what you see? Some people agree with you, Ken. Some people agree with Brandon. It's
Yeah,
very
no,
much.
no, I get it, but let's. It was Thomas Partey's own today.
Yeah, he came back from an injury.
No, let's make it. You know, from dice. He, you know, I don't get it before. I don't know if that. Look at that midfield they played today. Huh? They played all their powerhouses.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna meet in the middle, Ken, and we're gonna give 5.5. That's fair, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie to you. If Thomas Partey is getting a 5.5, Xhaka's getting a 5, Odegaard's getting a 4. Do we disagree there? Or do you think they're both as bad as each other?
I still think Thomas Partey was better than the bunch, man. I think he was better than Odegaard. I think he was better than Granit Xhaka.
Onana took over after Partey left. Yeah, Onana was taking over the whole entire game, bro. But yo, Ken, you there?
Yep. Yeah. I'm here.
Talk to me, man. Just let me know what your final statement is before you go, because I'm gonna try to wrap up the show with my guy Brendan.
What do you say, man? Shocking, man.
Where do we go from here? Do you still win the league?
No. That's what I'm gonna say. We're not gonna win the league, mate. This is it, man. We bottle it. We just bottle it right now. This is the game. We bottle it. I'm sorry, man. If you can't beat a team is 19th place on the table, no, we bottle it, man.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this: Liverpool, the season when they won the Premier League, they lost their undefeated streak to Watford.
But come on, man. We lost. This is our second game of the bunch.
I think you're being overreactionary.
This is the second. No, I'm not overreacting. We lost our. We played a shit game against Man City, and now we lost against Everton.
No,
That's
we
2
didn't
games
play
in
a
the bunch,
shit game
mate.
versus Man City. We played a shit team, but we come on, man. You're overdoing it, Ken.
No. I'm realistic.
Okay, fair enough. Call it whatever you want to call it. I think it's.
We're not going to win the league. I'm sorry, boys.
I think to say because we drew.
Listen.
Because
I'm so hurt,
Everton.
man. I'm in the Philippines, by the way. I'm fucking bored. You know, I'm drinking, having some fucking fun here in the Philippines. But I'm so fucking
disappointed.
What was the right word?
Disappointed.
My heart is fucking twisted, man.
Broken.
Oh my days. This is our chance. This is our fucking chance to win the league.
Ken, when we beat Brentford next week, you're gonna say we're winning the league. Don't worry.
But
okay,
I'm worried about Brentford, mate. They're not easy team.
You got nothing to worry about. We're gonna beat Brentford. Okay.
Come on, man.
Anyways, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, thank you, man. Thank you for having me on.
No worries. Yo, my man Ken was on one today. Love it. Yo, Brendan, we're gonna finish these off, okay? By the way, I gave Xhaka and Odegaard both 4s. Bukayo Saka, if we gave Zinchenko a 7, what do we give Zinchenko a 7? Give Bukayo Saka a 6.5?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
6.5 for Bukayo Saka. I thought people are saying 4 for Partey. What? People are saying Odegaard didn't even play today. That's so bad. Wow. Okay. These two, do they even get a good rating for you? Because I'm not gonna lie, non-existent.
Martinelli 2.
No, that's harsh.
It might be harsh, bro, but I think it reflects his performance. And then Nketiah, I can't even rate Nketiah. He wasn't in the game.
I'm willing to go down to 4s for the both of them. But like 2, come on.
No, I think they was awful, bro. I'm probably just really harsh, but yeah, no, they were. Nketiah wasn't even in the game, bro.
Yeah, because we missed Jesus today, and Nketiah couldn't really impact the game against a low block.
No. And then same with Martinelli as well. He wasn't in the game.
Martinelli really misses Jesus also because his movement with Jesus is a lot more fluid. When Eddie Nketiah and him play, they kind of take up the same positions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I agree.
So we give them both 3.5s, really?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
People saying 3s for both of them. Okay, I guess that's fair based on the run of what people are saying. Let's see what they gave him. 6.5s. Wow. The quietest game so far this season from him. Yeah, it was definitely. Now, moving on to Trossard. Trossard came on, didn't really impact the game at all. 5. He had an opportunity to score the goal. Like, he had a good opportunity to score a goal. So he did kind of do some stuff, but he wasn't amazing. 5. Fair enough?
Yeah, I agree.
Then you go to Jorginho. Jorginho's getting too much hate. He didn't do anything wrong. 5.
Yeah, looking back at it, I can't figure out anything that Jorginho did wrong.
And then Tomiyasu came on in the 70th minute. Forget him. Vieira came on late also, so forget him. So yeah, that's the ratings, guys. We have Ramsdale got a 6, Ben White got a 3, Saliba got 6.5, Magalhaes got 6.5, Zinchenko got 7, Partey got a 5.5, Granit Xhaka and Odegaard got 4s. You have Saka 6.5, Jonathan 3.5, Eddie Nketiah 3.5, Trossard 5, Jorginho 5. Yeah, that's it. It is what it is. Done. So with that being said, we now just move on to the next game, bro. Honestly, I'm disappointed. You're disappointed. We all are. What can we really do? We can't sit here and cry about it. All we can do now is just look forward and say, you know what, we got Brentford next, then Manchester City, and we try to win. You know what I mean? Try to win this goddamn league. People every 2 seconds going back to the transfer window. If we had Caicedo today, we don't win that game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think there's a guarantee that we would have won that game even with Caicedo. Just nobody turned up, right? But what I will say is the next 2 fixtures are so important. So important. We must win against Brentford. If we lose against Brentford, then ultimately, depending on what happens with Man City tomorrow, and then what kind of result they pick up next week, you could almost say the title race is done. Because I know not this season, but Man City are quite capable of going on a run. So are we. So I don't know. It's going to be so important. Whatever happens in the next 2 games, I just hope we don't turn up like we did today, ever again.
All right, fair enough. Look, I'm going to move on from here. You guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day, people in the chat. Big up to all the people watching us. Big up John in the chat. Big up to Kenji in the chat. Big up to Jerome. I think you're a Jerome, that your reasoning for not getting Caicedo, question mark? No, that's not the reasoning for not getting Caicedo. Come on, Jerome. You know better than that. 3 of the ex-Blues. What 3 ex-Blues? What is he talking about? Anyways, we're out of here, people. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Honestly, I will be back tomorrow with vibes from the 6 to talk about Chelsea's disaster class versus Fulham, Arsenal's disaster class versus Everton, Liverpool's disaster class versus Wolves, Manchester United, Casemiro losing his head and getting a red card. And let's see what the hell happens in Man City versus Spurs. And yeah, I'll be posting shorts and everything else on a regular basis. You guys continue to stay locked on the channel. Anybody watching right now and is watching on playback, question, comments, concerns, anything you want right now in the chat, people, and we're out of here. Brendan, you got anything to say before we go?
Yeah, come on, you chicken on the beach balls. Get
Come
that
on,
result
you
through.
chicken on the beach balls.